Let's do this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Calf Kick MMA Podcast. We are the Calf Kick Bros, joined together by, we are a trio today with our friend Bubba, MMA master. He knows it all. But we're here to break down what we saw this week in MMA news from one championship to Bellator. There's been two Bellator events since our last podcast, I believe. And then we're going to break down Whitaker versus Gastelum, UFC Vegas 24. Rio, you ready to talk some MMA?
I am. Hello.
Hello. Bubba, you want to say hello? Hello. So where are we starting, Rio?
We're gonna start with
one championship. Their debut one on TNT one. Was it headlined by Demetrius Johnson? Because I can't get the card to pull up, but
no, it was headline by the headline was it was a Muay Thai match. It was
really?
Rod Tang. Rod Tang's probably like the biggest Muay Thai like right now in like the world. He's like the number one fighter.
All right, I finally got it pulled up. Yeah, so okay, we had Rodtang Jimmy versus I don't know, Daniel Williams.
Yeah.
Then we had Demetrius Johnson in co-main event and Eddie Alvarez to kick off the main card on a 3-fight card. Wow. And the American fighters lost on their debut in the USA market. So big loss for Eddie Alvarez and Demetrius Johnson, but Eddie Alvarez was royally screwed.
So I know that he got DQ'd. I didn't see that. What happened with Eddie Alvarez?
Eddie Alvarez was dominating, it seemed like. And then was he in mount? He was in mount or something, but it was weird. It says DQs to punches to the back of the head. I don't think it was the back of the head at all, but the ref called the fight and DQ'd him.
Yeah, is Eddie Alvarez like 1-2, or is he just like straight up 0-3 in one? Because I feel like he's lost all his fights.
He's 1-2. Yeah, so that was a weird circumstance of events for old Eddie Alvarez, not looking good since leaving the UFC. And then we had Demetrius Johnson, who just got obliterated by Adriano Moraes, the champion over there in a one championship. Did you see that highlights?
I saw the clip. And it was just he shot for a takedown when Moraes hit him with a uppercut, rocked him, fell to the ground, and then knee to the face, knee to a downed opponent, which the American viewers were very confused about and said that was legal. And I was like, pride rules. It's like,
yes,
so
earlier in the week you had Demetrius Johnson defending knees to the ground, and then on the event he loses to a down knee straight to his dome and gets put away by it. But he was in rough shape before the knee. That uppercut rocked his world.
Yeah.
But we do know him to be a good recoverer. He gets dropped. Tim Elliott famously dropped him in the first round. He recovered and won the decision. But yeah, illegal knee took out Demetrius Johnson.
I saw the post. He was fine. I saw the post fight interview, and he was pretty much like he was same chipper. He was like, "Hey man, you lose some, you win some." He's like, "I still stand by." Yeah, they like knee to down opponent are good for MMA. Like he still stands by it. He's like, it's like, yep, this is good. He was chipper. He was everything. He's like, cool. We're either gonna run it back, which I assume that they're gonna run it back. He's the biggest name and one. So
right, and he has to be like one of the only contenders. That guy he was fighting looked huge for 125. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of drug testing one got going on over there, but this guy looked to be in a different weight class than Demetrius Johnson.
So that's always been the thing. I don't think one drug test at all.
I don't think they do either. And they do that weight cutting thing, but this dude was huge. Or at least in the highlight, he looked pretty big. I mean, looked like Demetrius Johnson was just the little brother in this situation. And we're joined by another guest. Scoot on up. Why ain't you popping up? Just keep scooting.
I don't want to scoot.
You don't scoot. All right. Well, my virtual background doesn't seem to be popping him up. There he is.
JC.
Yep. So he's going to be in and out with his opinion of certain things too.
I haven't watched.
Joined by a whole crew.
I haven't watched nothing.
What you think about Demetrius Johnson?
He's awesome.
All right. Well, he
All right.
lost.
Oh,
What
man.
you think about Eddie Alvarez?
Let's say he lost.
No, you got to give your opinion before I tell you. Yes, he lost too.
I'm an Eddie fan.
Yep. Underground king, not the king no more.
Hey. It can all change around for him.
We'll see. You
Mm.
better go back to Bellator.
Wait.
So that's pretty much done with one championship. Let's get that out the way. Also announced Alexander Volkanovski and Brian Ortega will coach the return of the Ultimate Fighter season 29.
Really?
Yes.
Hmm.
So I think it's return in 3 or 4 years. I think it's been gone. It's coming back. Not the coaches I would have picked for sure. Seems like pretty boring. There's no real beef with this rivalry. It's just a straight up good matchup. What you think?
I'm trying to remember when the last time I saw the Ultimate Fighter. I think it was whenever Juliana Pena won. That was in
Ronda
2013.
Rousey, yeah.
Yeah, that was like
That's a good
2013.
It's a good season when the coaches have a rivalry and like a score to settle, and there's a little beef in there, or a little at least heated rivalry. Chuck Liddell, Randy Couture. It wasn't a hot rivalry like Chuck and Tito, but it was still like they were both 1-1, I think, or Randy just dominated Chuck. But that was the first season Ultimate Fighter, which makes for a good season.
I enjoyed the one they built up around the I enjoyed the one where they built up around Demetrius Johnson where Tim Elliott won. That was cool. Like there's no beef. Like everybody was cool and was like everybody was just having an opportunity to fight the champ. I thought that was really cool.
Yep. I love the winner gets a title shot season.
Yeah.
Matt Serra famously had the biggest upset in UFC history by winning his season.
I think that season was called the Comebacks.
The Comeback, season 4, probably my favorite season of all time. Travis Lutter almost beat Anderson. If Travis Lutter would have been in shape and motivated for that Anderson Silva fight, story is he's having a bunch of personal issues. But he would have won that fight. He was dominating Anderson Silva, a fat Travis Lutter, a missed weight. I mean, out of shape, and he was dominating Anderson Silva in their title fight. And then Anderson locks in a triangle round 2, I think.
Was that not the one where Anderson Silva was doing like the unorthodox like leg kicks?
I don't remember. I just remember Travis Lutter and Mount just raining the pain. And Anderson Silva juking and jiving and from under the mount. But then he works his way out. Travis Lutter gasses. He was completely out of shape and locks in a triangle. But we could have had 2 just huge upsets from that one season. So I love those seasons. It's never happened again. Demetrius Johnson kind of handled Tim Elliott. And wasn't there a women's season where this happened? I don't know.
Have you seen all of them?
No. I stop about 20. I don't know what happens once they get international, and after like season 20, I think. I don't know anything about the Ultimate Fighter after that.
I remember like it's been a lot of entertaining ones. Like the forgotten one that everybody forgets about is Michael Bisping and Mayhem Miller.
Yeah, it's a good season. Mayhem's just out of his mind. That's why it's a good season. But yeah, good season. Then he gets destroyed by Bisping in the finale. So let's move on. Ultimate Fighter's back. Whoop-de-doo. Bellator. Last week was the Pitbull Featherweight Championship between Patricio Pitbull versus Manuel Sanchez. Not much to talk about from this card. Usman Nurmagomedov had a Bellator debut as well. He was impressive, but I don't think he was overly impressive. But neither was Khabib early in the UFC. I don't think he was that overly impressive. So Usman, getting his groove on in Bellator, but he did win pretty handily. A lot of striking. Jason Jackson, big upset. He beat Neiman Gracie. Neiman Gracie was being pretty dominant over there in Bellator, or at least really impressive. I think he beat John Fitch in his last fight, went to decision with Rory McDonald.
Ooh, really?
And then lost to this Jason Jackson. But it was kind of a bad decision. I think I had Gracie winning, but Jackson was impressive. He got like mounted at one point and then got out of the mount. And when you get out of a Gracie's mount, pretty impressive. So, and then Patricio Pitbull just handled Emmanuel Sanchez, pieced him up, dropped him, choked him out. Not much to say. You had a rising fighter in Kana Watanabe fighting. She was pretty impressive. Got hurt early. Still got the takedown. Looked good. Won
cool.
in her Bellator, not debut. I think she fought in Bellator Japan or something. Looked impressive. And then last night we had the first round of the light heavyweight championship tournament they're having with Ryan Bader, Lyoto Machida. Machida looked good early.
So they had him. A lot of people had him winning the first round.
Oh, he did. Bader did nothing. I mean, Lyoto destroyed him the first round. Opened up with some body kicks that instantly bruised Bader's ribs. Bader just couldn't figure out the timing the first round, but he knew he had 5 rounds.
Yeah.
So part of the game plan, I'm sure, just kind of slow it down, figure out the timing. In their original fight, Bader didn't do this. He just rushed in to Lyoto's dangerous left hand, got dropped. Lyoto finished him. Bader.
He did say that he was like super inexperienced. And I forgot when Ryan Bader started, he was 100% a wrestler.
Yeah, but Bader looked good. After first round, figures out Lyoto's timing and just dominates him.
Yeah, especially in the
takedowns. Lyoto had no answer, but Lyoto never gave up.
No.
There was 2 10-8 rounds in a row, in my opinion, the 4th and the 5th, and Lyoto still survived and got to a decision. So Lyoto dangerous all times, never giving up. He's a dog still, getting up there in age, like 42. Bader's 37. So both gentlemen, getting up there, but still look good. Carmouche had a decision win over Vanessa Porto. Not much to say there. What were you gonna say?
Going back to Ryan Bader and Lyoto Machida, like that first round, I was like, man, I know you're excited about that. When I was like, little flash in the pan, still got it. Just Ryan Bader's cardio, like he got super sweaty in the second, and I was like, I don't know, in my head, I just thought of sweat, and I was like, oh, Ryan Bader looks like he's getting tired and slowing down. And that 3rd, 4th, and 5th round hit, and he was just he didn't let up. Like he was just grounding and pounding. But it was a great fight. I honestly thought Ryan Bader was going to run through him. Like I had no faith in Lyoto Machida at all, and I was like, damn, he still got it. Old man still got it.
Yep. So he advances to the semifinals now, where he will face the winner of Corey Anderson and this other guy that I can't pronounce his name at all, Yagashimuradov. And then we have Vadim Nemkov, Phil Davis, Anthony Johnson, and Yoel Romero. Bubba, what you got to say about this tournament? Who's your pick?
Ryan Bader.
Anthony Casey going with Anthony Johnson. Ooh, Anthony Johnson hasn't fought. Let's see here. Since
2016.
Since he fought Daniel Cormier. Yep.
He got it.
Quite a while. So he will be returning on May 7th. But on next week, is that next week, 16th? I believe so. We have 2 quarterfinal fights. So the tournament's working its way through. Kat Zingano looked amazing in her Bellator debut.
Yes, she did.
Olivia Parker.
It was great. Like I was kind of rooting for Olivia Parker after they told her her life story. She was like 337 pounds.
Oh wow.
And they showed her before, like what she looked like back then and what she looked like now, and it was like, wow. She went to a MMA gym to like lose weight, and she said she just fell in love with it and was like, cool.
Zingano and Bellator. Yeah.
but also Olivia Parker was like, she was coming in 4-1, and when you're fighting a veteran like Kat Zingano, like I expected that to happen. But like it was great. Backtracking Liz Carmouche and Vanessa Porta. Liz Carmouche, I didn't realize. I knew. So the first Liz Carmouche fight I saw was her and Ronda Rousey.
Yep.
I saw that in California, and I was wondering how come like so many people were excited, but a lot of the people in Camp Pendleton and knew her.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people were rooting for her. But she was great. Also, she hails from Lafayette, Louisiana as well.
Yep.
I did not know that, but she looked good. It was she went out there like did what she needed to do and got the unanimous decision.
Yep. 2-0 in Bellator, advances into their what is she in the flyweight division? So yeah, I'm not sure who the flyweight champion of Bellator is. Is it the Hawaiian girl? Might be the Hawaiian girl. Not sure, but she's getting pretty close to fighting her. Doesn't take much in Bellator to get a title shot. You got a name. About to fight for that belt. But yeah, pretty good night of fights. A lot of decisions on Bellator. Kat Zingano with the most impressive performance, in my opinion.
Did you see the Adam Bork and the Jeremy Kennedy?
Yeah, I watched it all. I don't remember remember standing out.
I know because even the commentators, I think this was the fight that Adam Bork won, but the commentators was like just start destroying the judges. Because Adam Bork won, but I think a lot of people had Jeremy Kennedy winning. I was going in and out, so I didn't have
commentators. Bellator seems to have gotten rid of Mike Goldberg, and now it's Josh Thompson. What's the ref? Big
John McCarthy.
John McCarthy and
Mauro Ranallo.
Yeah, so pretty good announced team they got, but you're gonna miss Mike Goldberg. I don't know where he's gonna go now. I guess he go to 1 on TNT on 1 or TNT on 2.
Hey, they'll pay him.
Yeah. But anyway, tonight, Vettori Holland is tonight. Has anything through this week changed your opinion on what's happening tonight?
I am very excited to see Marvin Vettori, angry Marvin Vettori, and Kevin
and calm Kevin Holland.
Yeah, calm Kevin Holland.
We're gonna see something.
I think that what we expect from Kevin Holland against Derek Brunson, that's what we're gonna see against Marvin Vettori. He said he's still gonna talk, he's still gonna be him, but he's just a lot more focused. He was like, people forget, like people remember him as Big Mouth, but he was like, my nickname's Trailblazer. Like, so I've been doing this for a minute. I know how to blaze trails. So he's very focused, and I can't wait for this fight. I'm even more I was excited before, and I'm even more excited.
Yep, pretty good. But moving on, you got any more news before we move on to the preview of UFC Vegas 24?
Did you see so Joe Rogan had a podcast with GSP?
Definitely not watching that. Last GSP podcast, they just talked about aliens, and GSP got abducted one time.
They talked about aliens
again.
Yeah, but it was a lot more Khabib heavy this time.
Oh yeah, because he wanted to fight Khabib and didn't happen.
Well, I mean, like he literally won the middledweight champion and like
lightweight champion.
So Joe, I guess Joe Rogan's still trying to stall and like put that together, but I don't know. It's weird.
He's done. He's done. Leave the man alone. He retired.
And then Conor McGregor and Eddie Alvarez are going back, and not Eddie Alvarez, but Dustin Poirier. Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier were going back at it. Was like, all right, it was weird stuff, but
hype starting.
It seems like Conor McGregor, the way he wrote it down, he's like, no off days. I train 7 days a week now. He's like, champ is back.
And Dustin Poirier says, I've never not trained 7 days a week, dummy. Why would you say this time I'm going to train all 7 days?
And it's like, and it's wild because I was like, that sounds like overtraining. Like,
Yeah.
why?
Like, okay, you're gonna train that leg kick defense for all 7 days because that's what you better be doing.
Just
Because
it's.
did they announce it? July 10th, I think. I
I'm
don't know
not
if
for
it's been
sure.
announced officially or not, but I think it's gonna be July 10th. Bubba, did you see that fight? Connor got knocked out by Dustin Poirier. Happened a couple months ago.
I think I've seen the highlight.
Yep.
But other than that,
AEW casino.
Oh god.
you got any more news? They found that finger yet?
They did find his finger. It was in his glove. It has been reattached, and he vows to continue with his MMA career and make it to the UFC. Dude is not planning on retiring. Some dude's finger fell off in an MMA fight last week. It's disappeared.
How?
No one knows. CM Punk was on commentary. He asked the crowd to look around your seats in case the finger flew out the cage. The finger was in the man's glove. It apparently ripped off, and then this knuckle kind of popped out. And then it was still attached, but only by the skin. Bone had completely fractured off. But apparently they got it reattached, no problem. So good deal. The finger has been found. Good job, everybody. So we're moving on. UFC Vegas 24 next weekend. Robert Whittaker, Kelvin Gastelum. I think the winner of this will be the number 1 contender for the middleweight championship, no matter what Izzy says. And I think, we see this fight probably in August. The winner of this versus Izzy.
Mm-hmm.
What's your early thoughts on the main event here?
I like Kevin Gastelum a lot, and I like Robert Whittaker a lot too. So I'm just hopefully it's a great fight. I
think this fight has no choice but to be a great fight. I think this is a great matchup. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a good fight. So far, the middleweight fights have kind of not lived up. Till's pulled out. Holland Brunson. Holland just got dominated. Was talking to Khabib. I think we still have tonight. Holland, Vittori. Someone could make a statement.
What did you think of Burns and Usman?
Burns and Usman.
Yeah.
That's not middleweight. That's welterweight.
Oh, my bad. I'm wilding.
That was for the championship. So it could be whatever. It was for the belt. We're talking about trying to get to the belt. But Burns and Usman was fantastic. But Whittaker Gastelum, I think they're gonna come and fight for sure.
Yeah. It's really hard to pick a winner.
I think Whittaker knows he needs to aim for a finish and then to impress UFC and Izzy. He's already the number 1 contender. Robert Whittaker should be fighting for the belt. If he's not, I don't know what the deal is. Izzy refuses to fight him. I think he deserves a rematch, and I think he's going to earn it in this fight with Gastelum.
But also, I wouldn't mind seeing another Kevin Gastelum and Izzy rematch since that was I think that was fight of the year.
It was definitely fight of the year. It's one of the greatest fights of all time. It's fantastic. But he was on a 3-fight skid, Adesanya, Till, and Hermanson, and then he just beat Heinisch and then took this fight on short notice. So I think even if he won, I don't know, he might get a rematch, but because Robert Whittaker is just a big win at this point. Man's on a roll. He's only lost to Izzy since his last loss besides Izzy was 2014. I mean, this dude is the number 1 middleweight in the world. Give the man a rematch. But I think he's gonna win this fight. I think he's coming for a finish. It's gonna be tough to finish Kelvin Gastelum, but the Whittaker is the man with the plan. He's gonna get the job done. What you think? What you pick?
I'm going to Kevin Gastelum.
Okay.
I think that he's adorable.
Adorable.
Huh?
What? Did you say adorable?
I said adorable.
Durable is what he meant to say.
I don't know if that's what he said.
Yeah.
He's kind of adorable, dude.
I mean, I guess he's kind of adorable. Little mustache and beard thing. Okay, Creole. I guess if that's what you're going with.
Yeah.
All right. So the adorable Kelvin Gastelum, how's he gonna get it done?
Decision. I don't see any of these guys like knocking each other. Like,
it's gonna be tough to finish. Yeah, both of these guys are really tough. So it's either gonna be a very impressive finish for one of them or fight of the year contender.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get a good fight out of this one.
Yeah.
So all right, so I think this is the first time we picked against each other. I don't think I think we agree most of the time.
Yeah, I think it's the first time.
Well, someone's got to go in the bushes, Creole. You got some bushes by you?
At all. Not at all.
All right, well, we'll have to order Dustin Poirier's hot sauce or something. Someone's gonna have to chug something or eat something or
You would
something.
die. You would literally die.
It's not that hot. I've been training myself. I did have an ulcer last year though. It was pretty bad. So we'll see. I'm not
What'd
gonna
you
lose. Whitaker's not losing this fight, so I don't know what you're talking about anyway. But anyway, co-main event: Jeremy Stevens versus Drakkar Close. Another good fight. What's your early thoughts?
Good God. Jeremy Stevens, it's great. He just had that no.
Jeremy
Yeah.
Stevens on a big losing streak.
Yeah,
2018, not good.
I'm thinking of the dude who fought TJ Dillashaw. Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah.
Yeah. From what I remember, Jeremy Stevens lost last time I see him fight. I'm not for sure if I know Drakkar Close at all.
Both men coming off KO losses, but Close just lost to Dariush, and Dariush is on a roll. He's been looking really good, so that's not that surprising. Jeremy Stevens just got KO'd by Calvin Cater, so I mean that's not a bad loss either.
No.
Both men losing the top flight competition. This is at lightweight. Okay, so Jeremy Stevens is coming up from featherweight.
That's why that looked weird. Okay.
Yeah, yep, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, something about this fight ain't. Stevens missed weight his last fight, so I guess he's decided to move up a weight class now that he's missing weight. Not looking good for Stevenson in my opinion.
It's Jeremy Little Evil Stevenson, right?
Little heathen.
Little Heathen.
I don't know how I didn't know that immediately. Jeremy Stevens been fighting since he was like 15 or something. Now he's 34.
He's been fighting for so long that when his name pops up, I don't think it's him. I like think of something because I was like,
right.
Nah, that's not the one I'm thinking. That's not the same fight I'm thinking of. He's literally been fighting for so long.
Forever. But yeah, I'm going Close. Moving up a weight class, just getting knocked out. Stevenson, I think the fights are finally wearing on him. He's finally getting older, and he's been fighting so long. At 34 is not that young for someone who's been fighting so long. So
yeah,
Drakkar Close gets it done in my opinion.
Yeah, I got Drakkar Close as well.
Yep. Moving on, heavyweight fight: Andre the Pitbull Arlovsky. You want to talk about a guy who's been fighting a long time? He's been fighting longer than Jeremy Stevens. 42 years old. The difference is at heavyweight, you can make a run at 42 and keep it going. He's won some fights just last year. He lost this year to Tom Aspinall, rear naked choke at the in February.
I lost money because of Andre Arlovsky.
Yep. So the man continues. Just keep fighting the vanilla gorilla Chase Sherman, 31. He is on a 4-fight win streak, all knockouts.
Yeah, this doesn't look good for Andre
Doesn't look
Arlovsky
good
at
for
all.
the Pitbull at all.
Wow.
But I will never not go for Andre Arlovsky. My pick is Andre Arlovsky because he is the man.
I'm going for Chase Sherman.
Like UFC commercial I ever seen had Andre Arlovsky on it with the Fang mouthpiece, knocked out somebody, I don't even remember, but flexes, mouthpiece out, awesome. I'll never not go for Andre Arlovsky. He's the man.
Has Andre Arlovsky ever been the same since he got flash KO'd by Fedor in Affliction?
I think he has turned a corner. It took him quite a few years though. His Wikipedia page is so long; it takes me so long to scroll. After losing to Fedor, he went on a 4-fight losing streak. Fedor, Brett Rogers, Bigfoot, Sergey Karatanov. But then he pulled it together, and then just went on a massive streak. Only losing to Anthony Johnson from 2011 to 2015. Huge streak there. Then he joined the UFC. 4 of those fights were wins in the UFC, and then he went on another massive losing streak in the UFC. But the UFC just keeps him around. Big name, Always, kind of impressive just to see him still competing with the big dogs in the UFC. And he's been back and forth, flippy floppy win loss ever since.
If he loses this one, I see the UFC cutting him since it seems like they're getting rid of.
If you lose this year, it's a bad year to go on a losing streak and be a
especially
big name with a big paycheck.
Especially like if you're a veteran too, because who would have ever thought like if you would ask us like 3-4 years ago would they have cut Alistair Overeem? No. Like I was like Dana White's gonna run that dude to the ground. Like
Overeem Dos Santos cut at the beginning of the year. Arlovsky needs to win this or he's gonna get cut too. Yep. So the rest of these fights are, you want to look through them, see if you want to talk about one.
I'm excited about Luis Pena, Ricardo. No, that's not the Ricardo. I was thinking about Ricardo Almanis.
Oh, Bubby, got to say something to say about Andre Arlovsky?
He's awesome.
He's awesome, yeah. Casey?
The man.
All going for Andre.
He's what got me hooked on UFC.
Continue.
Anthony Burchak. I haven't seen that name in a minute. Justine Kish is fighting. Wow. Do you remember Justine Kish?
Yeah, she was on Ultimate Fighter, I believe. I think.
She's the one who what she's famous for is she was in a super good rear naked choke and she pooped her pants.
Oh yeah, yep. But she continued to fight and did she win that decision or lose?
I think she lost.
That was against Felice Herrig. Yep, this fight right here. She lost. It ended her winning streak and she pooped herself.
Do you know anything about? I've heard that name before. Tracy Cortez.
She's on a big winning streak. Dana White Contender Series alumni. So, yep, that's all I know.
It seems like Dana White, like wants those. If he like handpicked you off those Contender Series, like he wants you to do something. And it's wild because it's been like 30 seasons of the Ultimate Fighter, and we don't even know what happened to like the last 10 of them.
Yeah, you're gonna get a good push if you win on that Contender Series. All right, well that kind of wraps up UFC Vegas 24. All these other fights are a bunch of, again, no Wikipedia pages for a bunch of these opponents. So we'll have to pay attention to them, see if anybody jumps off the page. This fight will be next weekend. Tonight is Vettori versus Holland. Should be an exciting fight.
Big it's just big events, especially today. You know what's on during this?
What?
The WrestleMania.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 2 parts this year, WrestleMania, and I think NXT was 2 parts. Finn Balor lost the NXT title to some big guy.
But yeah, so hopefully I can go on Peacock. I've yet to go on Peacock and try to watch that, but hopefully it works out.
Let's see what's happening on WrestleMania. Let's give a WrestleMania preview show. Let's go. Night 1, we got Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. Bobby Lashley lost at last WrestleMania to do with the awesome theme song. But no, he wasn't having a good run in WWE. And then in 2020, late 2020, 2021, he's been having a crazy run. Looks unbeatable again.
He needs to come back to Bellator.
To his potential. What?
He needs to come back to Bellator.
He's come back to Bellator and fight Ryan Bader. No, he doesn't. No, he's doing good in WWE. Bobby Lashley gonna get it done. He's gonna have a good title reign until Brock Lesnar comes back.
Drew McIntyre is gonna steal it.
Casey's saying Drew McIntyre gonna take the strap. I don't think so. Drew had his run in 2020. Bobby Lashley just won the belt. I think they're building him up to fight Brock Lesnar. What's your opinion?
Like that's the only fight that I know. That's the one Bobby Lashley wants. I'm pretty sure that's the reason. That's the only reason why he went to WWE was to wrestle Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar. He said Bobby Lashley.
And I'm pretty sure Brock Lesnar doesn't even know who Bobby Lashley is.
You know who Drew McIntyre is?
Like only a little bit. I haven't really.
He was their champ all last year. He's huge.
I know Bobby Lashley.
Both
Bobby
of these
Lashley
are legit
is awesome.
heavyweights. I'm glad to see like two big giant heavyweights main event in WrestleMania. Yeah, really good match. Co-main event is Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus The Miz and Morrison. I have no idea who Bad Bunny is.
The Miz and Morrison got it because I don't know the other one.
Well, the thing about that, Bad Bunny is the celebrity. Celebrities never lose at WrestleMania. So Bad Bunny's going to get it done. What you think?
Is that a girl?
No.
Some kind of rap artist.
It's a Puerto Rican rapper, singer, songwriter. His music is often defined as Latin trap and reggaeton.
So he's Pitbull.
He is Puerto Rican. No, I think he's like the biggest star in the world right now or something.
Oh. All right.
Apparently really big. Like he was on Saturday Night Live with the 24 championship a couple weeks ago.
He's bigger than Pitbull?
No. No one's bigger than Pitbull. I'm just saying, like in a few years, he might be on that stat, but he's a big time, whatever you want to call it these days.
I was like, I
have no idea. I've never heard of him, never heard of any songs, but listening to podcasts, like The Miz was on a podcast this week, and I listened to it, and they were talking about Bad Bunny being like the biggest star right now in the music realm.
When WWE lets Bad Bunny have an hour to play all of his music, then he'll be a big star to me. Because Pitbull, they was just like, yo, keep playing. Like
yeah, Flow Rider. WrestleMania had the theme song for like 10 years. He ain't made a song in 10 years. They just kept playing him, son. Tag team championship, the New Day versus AJ Styles and Omos. I have no idea who Omos is. He is a big dude though. I'm thinking New Day, I guess. I have no idea.
It should be New Day. Like who else? I mean,
they just won the belt, so that's the only.
Are they
Kofi Kingston?
Kofi Kingston. Yeah.
The way's been pushed. New Day's on board though.
Who would have known, like, them just wanting to, like, hang out with each other, and they'll be, like, the biggest tag teams for the past, like, 7-8 years now?
New Day's been the biggest tag team in the last 20 years since the Attitude Era. Easily. Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon in a steel cage match. I'm guessing they're lining this up like an MMA fight. I have no idea.
Go to the bathroom match.
No way Shane McMahon even, like, how does Shane McMahon even have offense in this match?
He's gonna jump off
about the story.
He's gonna jump off the cage and do something stupid and
of
hurt
course
himself.
But like, what can a 50-year-old Shane McMahon do to Braun Strowman? Should be, the man way past this point. Like, Braun Strowman should be the biggest thing in WWE. So the fact that they hold this man back, I have no idea why. Anyway, Cesaro, Seth Rollins, that's going to be match of the year probably. Telling you, this is going to be Cesaro's finally getting a chance to shine. He's going to beat Seth Rollins. Hopefully they propel him into the main event with this, but who knows with WWE. Seth Rollins probably squash him in 2 minutes. I know you don't like Cesaro, but for some reason.
He's good. He's entertaining. I didn't like Cesaro and Sheamus like 7 years ago when they had like the best of 5 and they fought for 6 months and then became tag team champions.
WWE doesn't know what to do with Sheamus and Cesaro, so they're like, y'all just go fight each other for a whole half a year. We're skipping that women's match. It's way too many names. I don't know. That's going to be a 2-minute match probably. Tag team turmoil. I don't even know what that is. Is that a gauntlet match? Like,
that's just Vince.
What does that mean?
That's just Vince writing shit. That's just Vince writing stuff down at the end of the second.
Yeah, it's just people getting on the card. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair is headlining night 1. It is the main event.
So that's the only fight that I've heard of, and like it's getting all the attention.
Yeah,
like
Bianca Belair I'm guessing they're thinking she's going to be the next big star. I do agree. She
should be beating Sasha Banks.
Twice the size of Sasha Banks. She should literally rip Sasha Banks in half.
You said she's twice the size?
Dude, she's huge. She's
I
like,
legit thought that Bianca Belair was like a small little black
okay,
girl.
she's 5'7". I'm telling you, she's twice the size of Sasha Banks, though. Sasha Banks 5'5". Okay, maybe they're a little closer to size than I thought, but Bianca Belair like is a monster. Has a really good spear. Her hair whip. I don't know if she still does it on the main roster back in NXT. Her hair whip was a move. It was awesome. Made a good sound. Looked terrible. Bianca Belair is going to win this strap. Night 2, Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley should destroy Asuka. There should be 2 big women champions coming out of this show. It should be Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley.
First off, how dare you? Asuka got this. I don't even know who Rhea Ripley is. She's the goth looking chick, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is gigantic as well. She's a huge, again, 5'7". Dude, these women look huge on TV. I would have said 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, man. She looks jacked. Asuka's only 5'3", so apparently this is a bigger size difference than the Banks Belair match. I think Rhea Ripley gets it done.
Asuka got it.
She didn't get it done last year with Charlotte. I think Charlotte retained. Yeah, pretty sure. So I think this year she gets it done and becomes a big star for WWE. The Fiend versus Randy Orton.
Dude, have they fought like?
I think they fought for the last 5 WrestleManias.
Like
Except
what?
it's Bray Wyatt's new character every time. I think they might have fought Husky Harris, might have fought Randy Orton at this point. I'm not sure, but the Fiend gets it done pretty easily. You got Big E versus Apollo Crews in a Nigerian drum fight. This can't be real.
That sounds terrible.
This has to be a Wikipedia thing, right? There's no way this is real. Reloading the page. No, it still said, I don't know. We're skipping that. Big E gonna win. It's
a black version of the Punjabi prison match.
I guess so. I don't know. That's strange. That's definitely not real. Wikipedia is doing something weird because it says Logan Paul is going to be a manager for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So I don't know what's going on with the Wikipedia WrestleMania page.
I mean, it's like WrestleMania does like try to go all out. So this might be, hey.
We would have heard if Logan Paul was going to be there by now. That'd be a big deal. I have no idea. Anyway, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn going to be match of the night for night 2. Kevin Owens wins. I don't know. He needs a big win.
Yeah.
Riddle versus Sheamus. Riddle forgot like his lines a couple weeks ago. It went viral where he just walked off set. He was like talking to Asuka and was like, I forgot, and walked off.
Well, that's
Sheamus
then
is winning.
Yeah. I was like
Sheamus taking that strap because he can remember lines. Riddle might wind up back in NXT. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler versus the tag team turmoil winners.
What? Roman
Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. Okay, so I guess it's finally became a triple threat match. I didn't know how they were going to do this match. The story of this match, I believe, is all 3 of these men have basically had career enders in the last decade. Edge broke neck, had to retire. Daniel Bryan, concussions, had to retire. Roman Reigns had cancer, retired for like a month, came back. So 3 big comeback stories, main eventing this WrestleMania. Edge has the win.
I see them giving it to Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns has been the champ since like SummerSlam, so it's time for his reign to end.
Oh, he's had the belt for that long. Where's Brock Lesnar been at?
I don't remember who Roman Reigns beat, but he's had the belt. He's dominated 2020, and this is heel Roman Reigns. I think it's heel Edge. And good guy Daniel Bryan. I think it's tweener Edge. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but
I just know Daniel Bryan's
trying to give Edge the belt. You had to do it now before he gets any older.
Daniel Bryan's not winning.
Daniel Bryan's not winning. It's Roman Reigns or Edge.
Yeah.
I'm going Edge.
By the way,
also, let's tell the people.
The Nigerian drum fight is real.
on WWE.com.
The Nigerian drum fight is a real thing. Is Logan Paul going to be there?
I haven't found Logan Paul yet.
What is a Nigerian drum fight?
Trying to figure that out.
Let me click on it.
Thank you, young Casey.
It pops up hardcore wrestling, so it must just be a street fight.
Yes. Oh God. Let's tell the the listeners that we used to be. Well, I don't know. Like we still are huge like wrestling fans. Just like we got stuff to do,
Not
so we
in the
can't
current
watch it.
climate.
That's one thing that hasn't aged well with no fans is WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Figured it out a little bit more with the Thunderdome stuff. That's pretty cool. At least gives the appearance of fans. But yeah,
Logan Paul's gonna be at WrestleMania,
they
but
need
not
it.
in that match.
okay. Casey says Logan Paul is going to be there, not in that match.
Hmm.
Unless something has changed. Maybe last night's
Someone Sami
SmackDown.
Zayn he did.
No, it says something Sami Zayn, so I guess he is going to be there. That's weird. Perfect person to plug in for WrestleMania, I guess. He's all the talk of the town of the Paul brothers. When is Jake Paul Ben Askren? Is this fight ever going to go down?
It's coming soon.
I don't know. I'm not even going to search it.
I'm not
That's all
paying
I got.
$50 for it.
That's all I got. We've talked it all. UFC, WrestleMania. We did it, buddy. Got anything else to say?
I can't believe we talked about WrestleMania. Like ran through the night 1 and 2.
Yep. That's it.
Wait.
We got any final words? Got anything to say to Creole?
You did a great job last night with the Twitter while I was at
I
work.
only live tweeted half of Bader Machitas.
Well, did you
halfway through that fight, I was like, I should probably live tweet a little bit.
did
I
you
jumped on for half the fight. That was my bad.
I don't know.
Picked up the phone.
I usually do the whole entire fight and just completely forget I have a Twitter at the main event. So
Yep.
don't sign out, don't do nothing. Like
Yep. That's all we got this week. You can subscribe to our YouTube, like all the videos, go down the list, like. Bubba, you got any plugs?
What?
There you go. He's at Bubba. Everywhere at Bubba. You can find Casey at Casey. What is our other plugs? Creole, go.
At Calf Kick MMA Pod on Twitter, where either me or Jamie will be there to post about live fights, daily or weekly news we heard. Just
podcast at Anchor or Spotify. We're working on Apple still. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe we have to change our Bobsat profile picture. I don't know. Maybe the picture's copyrighted. New logo, maybe. I don't know. Apple's not accepting us for some reason, but we're gonna get there eventually. That's all we got. All right, we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Catch you guys on the flip side.
Later, Creole.
Later.